a lot of the personal growth and just this whole ecosystem that Tracy and I live within Optavia and other things that we're involved in. These are these, it's the mindset. I mean, it's like in tragedies and situations like this to where you need always that bigger why. That is a core. I mean, being tested at the crucible of just, tragedy. I'm still working through it. I'm in process of it, but I just want to say without what we are doing for our whys, my gosh, I wouldn't have the kind of anchor that I have. So it's just kind of where I'm at in process.
B, well, I'm sorry. We'll be praying for you. Congratulations on the book launch. And yes, that's why, I'm glad you started off with just the community thing. That's one of the biggest things that's been our thing. And also Tracy sold her business. So also so many big wins happening in your life. Oh my gosh. All right, B, we'll be praying for you, man. Take it easy and lean on us. We got you. All right, let's do Hold on, I gotta mute some people here. All right, let's do one more. Who else wants to share a win this morning as we kick off today? We kind of wake up a little bit. I'm gonna share my screen while we're doing it. Go ahead and just pop off mute. Everyone's all tentative in the morning.
Hi, this is Frank. I'm a new coach, a newbie, and I hit my halfway point of my goal, which I've so far released just a little bit over 45 pounds now. My total goal is just over 86. So I'm already halfway there, and that's after about 13 and a half weeks.
Oh my gosh, Frank, congratulations, my man, and congrats on getting started with coaching. So glad you're here today.
Thank you.
Yeah, that is awesome. Let's see here. That was a good one. Let's do one more. Who wants to share another win here before we pop on here? Everyone's logging in here. We got new coaches, so see the numbers still climbing right now. One more win. Who wants to share it?
Hey, I'd like to share a win.
Yeah, go for it. Lisa, you go for it.
Hey, you know what? This is going to be a win as for being a coach, and now seeing all my clients come to what they had predicted their goal to be. And so this is really cool because they always say, it doesn't happen right away. So it's just, I started a bunch of people at a certain time, and they've all hit their goal, and they're all allowing me to post their before and now pictures, which they never said they would allow. But once they hit those goals, their mindset changes completely. So it's really cool because I just had like 3 or 4 hit, and I post them and everything. And it's mind blowing for me as a coach, because it's like, I can remember coming on as a coach thinking, I'm never going to be able to help somebody hit their goal. And oh my God, I don't know if it does more for me or them, but it just gives me goosebumps. It brings out the best in me, and it's mind blowing. So it's so exciting to see these changes within my clients, and I will forever be changed because of Optavia and these clients that had trust and hope and faith in what I was telling them way back in the health assessment, when they just reached out to me and they were scared to death. And I'm like, we can do this. And I tell them, you can be one of those transformation pictures. And then they're like, oh, I know I can't, but, and now they are. And it's just mind blowing because the responses back to these pictures are huge. And I love these kind of wins.
Oh my gosh, Lisa, I'm so glad I asked for one more. So big, because that's what a lot of people here are about to embark on. Thank you for sharing, and congrats on everything you and Steve have done. So anyways, I don't want to move on from those because they're so awesome. But we got to get started today. It's 7:04. Let's get going. My co-host, Dawn Chow, Presidential Director, are you there?
I sure am, Brad. Hello. Good morning, everyone.
All righty. Let's jump into it today. All right. Open up the chat. Let's get kind of warmed up here. Where's everyone tuning in from? City and state. We're all across the United States right now. The West Coasters are just waking up. The East Coasters have been at it for a little bit. Oh, my gosh. All over the United States. Let's jump in. Welcome and congratulations. This is new Optavia coach training. We do them periodically because we have so many people changing their health and looking to pay it forward, because when you start changing your health, like Lisa was talking about, you can't keep it a secret. For those that don't know me, my name's Brad Miller. Ashley and I are integrated presidential directors, but really all that means is that we've helped a lot of people and partnered with a lot of people to change a lot of lives. So I got my co-host with me, Don Chow. We're going to hear from some great speakers today, but mostly I just want to congratulate you guys on getting up early and investing in yourselves. So this is when we generally do our trainings. We get up early. We generally do them in series. Like we like being efficient, and we like helping people get really good at changing lives. So if this is your first training, we are so excited to welcome you here. Actually, and to that point, if you are a new coach in the last 2 to 4 weeks, go ahead and open up that chat and drop me a 1 in the chat. We want to welcome you. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of you. Welcome. Oh my gosh, Don, look at this. Oh my gosh, do you remember when we were brand new coaches, Don?
Yes, I do, Brad. Oh my gosh, it seems like eons ago, but you know, I'm not going to date myself.
Yes, and yes. So that's a little bit what we're talking about today is how to help you get a great start. I remember when I was a new coach. I honestly, I was actually, my wife and I do this together. Ashley, she's holding down the fort with the young boys right now. But I was like, I'm all about this. I'm changing my health, but I'm really just going to be the support factor. And I was like, who am I going to talk to? Can I actually help people? I mean, some of you guys might not even be here. You're probably like, Brad, like I'm ready to go. I've already signed up my first clients. And some of you guys are like already resident pros. You're doing this, just continuing to invest in yourself and get good at helping people. And you're like, I want to get on with the training. But like, for some of the people that are where I was at when I got started, I was nervous. I didn't think that I'd be able to help anyone. I actually, you know, Dr. A, the guy on the books, the guy that started this whole optimal health program, I actually told him directly, the Dr. A, you don't understand. I don't know anyone. Like at that point, my whole family had transformed their health. There was no one left in my family to get started on their health journey. And I just didn't think there was a single person that I'd be able to help. So if anyone can resonate with me or resonate with me on that, I've been there. But you know what, Dr. A told me this, and I remember it. He just said it really simply, kind of how Dr. A does. He's like, Brad, just talk to the people. I gotta meet a few people here real quick. Oh, and also quick housekeeping, since we have so many new coaches here. If there's not a red line through your microphone, you're live on the call, which we love, by the way. We love to hear from you, but just in case you had things going on in the background. But yeah, Dr. Ray told me, he said, oops, see here. Actually, Don, I'm gonna make you co-host real quick so you can help mute people real quick here. So hang tight with me, guys, technical stuff. All right.
I got you back.
All right, see, we do everything here like Brian said as a community. All right, and he told me, Brett, 2/3 of the American population are overweight or obese, and the other third don't want to be. Talk to people. People are looking for health. About 1 in 5 people you talk to will probably sign up like right away. Like they're looking for health right now. And they're looking for so much more than just weight loss. They're looking for the community aspect, like what Brian was talking about and Lisa was talking about, purpose and wins, and Frank changing his life and hitting goals and all those things. Like he didn't say all that, but I'm like expanding on it because like Dr. A's short words have so much wisdom in them. But he just said people are looking for this. So we did. And that's what we're going to show you today. So again, we're excited to welcome you. This training is going to be a little bit different. Some of you guys that are brand new coaches may have watched the starting point video with Dan Valentine. And if you haven't, I want to make a huge plug for that. It's a great training. And it covers a lot of things to do as you get started, but we're actually really going to kind of expand the focus today because you guys are here. You guys got up early on a Saturday morning. Who does that? People that are awesome with purpose and that have an inkling that there's more for them in life, right? I know. I remember when I got up and went to my first training really early in the morning. We used to do them like before we expanded all over the place. We used to do them locally. And I remember being like, wow, I'm really committing to this. Long story, I actually decided to not go to a Ducks game, football game, that day and go to my first training. Best decision I ever made. But we're going to cover a little bit more of like, what does it look like to get a solid start in your first 30 to 60 days? You guys hopped on early today. You guys are going to be successful. That's a given. But what we're going to show you is like, what's going to make all the difference for you in changing lives in your first 30 to 60 days. Because what I'm really excited about, and Don, you might comment to this for a second as we're getting set up here, is, like, we're all one big family in Optavia, but one thing I'm really proud of our organization, we have a high rate of helping people hit senior coach. More than 50% of people in our organization hit senior coach. But what I'm really excited to tell you is 100% of people will hit it and beyond if you do the things we talk about today. Don, anything you want to add to that real quick?
No, Brad, I'm just like really excited because what we're going to really dive into is we're going to get hands-on this morning. So I hope you guys are excited for that. I hope you have like a notepad out, piece of paper. Also, just one other little housekeeping thing, put it on speaker view because we're not going to be real PowerPoint heavy. We're really, like Brad said, community and family when we're going to do this together. And what really spoke to me in the beginning, you know, I was in the healthcare field before. I started coaching Brad, like, you know, just to help my dad. And that rippled into thousands of lives getting changed later. It was the believing that I could, even though I hadn't reached my goal weight yet. Right. And I know you and Ashley didn't have a whole lot of weight to lose. Right. And I saw that Gail put in the chat, she's helping someone who doesn't have any weight to lose right now, who just needs to learn to eat healthier. And so we're going to help you guys today do all of that, like the perspective, who you're going to be helping, how to help them, how to share your story. Congratulations for being here, because just being a coach, just saying okay to helping 1, 5, 7, 10, however many more people means that you're 5 times more likely to reach your own goals and to sustain them. And there's so many people out there that need this, right, Brad? I mean, like 2/3 of America needs just the health phase of it. So anyways, Brad, I'm just excited. Today's going to be amazing.
All right, hold on, I got these answers here. Hold on.
There.
Gotcha. There we go. Okay. All right. Anyway, so back to, yes, Dawn. And what I'm excited about here is like, yes, that's why we're going to focus on the first 30 to 60 days and what the speakers are going to share with you today. Because guys, if you do these steps, so much more is possible than what you can even comprehend right now. And just probably like your health journey. I mean, yes, our program is great and we see fast results, but probably like the biggest breakthrough in your health, non-scale, weight, probably happened at the 30 to 60 day marks. That's exactly like coaching. And we want to help you get into that coaching fat burn today. And that's what we're going to cover with you over this next little bit. So as I get started here today, I'm going to ask a few questions in the chat. So question number 1 is, what's the greatest thing you guys have gained since starting your health journey with Optavia? I'm going to try to keep up with the chat here. Energy, freedom, self-esteem, control over food, energy and sleep, confidence, self-confidence. I love that. Positivity, freedom, life. The list goes on. Dawn, it's just pouring. I love this because people don't know that's what's going to happen when they get started here. So your story is powerful, and that's what we're going to help you shine a light on today to give that same hope to other people. Okay, next question here. So I got to get rolling. We already took too much time. I get all excited about when we get started on these trainings. So real quick, you guys might not know it, but drop me in the chat, how many friends do you guys currently have on Facebook or Instagram, whichever platform you use more of, but like how many friends do you guys have? Brian, 1,200. Oh my gosh, I can't keep up. You guys are typing too fast. Raylyn, 1,000. Allison, 4,400. Jen, 4,900. Krista, 60. We'll show you what to do with that today. Okay, this is really good. Okay, so this is gonna be part of what we do today, and we show you what to do with this, with sharing your story. Because we're gonna show you how to share authentically and bring value to people. And when people are looking for us, we're gonna show you how to be that person for people, because it's just simple to do. What you've accomplished in your health, or what you're starting to accomplish, is some people's mountain that they can't even comprehend right now. We're gonna show you how to be that lighthouse for people today. Last question. And you guys might not be like, you know, some of you guys are newer. I didn't know what I wanted to accomplish with coaching, but you don't have to share if you don't want to, but in the chat, if you're really honest with yourself, what are you dreaming of accomplishing with coaching in your first 4 to 6 months? Like if you really could be dreaming, like what would be your desired goal? Some of you might have to think on this for a second. I know I had no idea what I wanted. I was like really excited just to help my first client, help others, pay off debt, quit my job and be home with my daughter. Yes, Christina, by the way, new executive director, congrats. Retire, travel, freedom, help family members, accountability. This is so good, Dawn. I love it.
This is amazing. What I love is seeing that all the wins, Brad, I mean, there are scale wins, but all those wins were non-scale, and then a lot of them, and look at these, like the hopes and the dreams.
Yes.
Our desire is to help set you up so that you can achieve these.
Yes. I guess probably one of the biggest side effects of what we do is we allow people to start believing in themselves and dreaming about what's possible. I didn't actually ever dream in my life. So, but anyways, we've already taken too long on this intro. Let's get into today. Some of you guys are probably like, guys, I'm ready to go. Like, come on, bring me the goods. Like, but some of you guys probably needed a little bit of that warm up, because I know I did when I got started. But we're going to dive in today, and we're going to show you exactly what it looks like to get a solid start, and anyone can do this. So Dawn, I know you and Allison I'm going to turn it over to you guys for the next step.
Awesome, Brad. I'm so excited. And you can maybe advance to the next slide. I think that's our lighthouse slide. I'm really excited to bring on Allison, a good girlfriend of mine, someone we've been coaching with for 5 years now. She's a global director, and I'm not going to steal her thunder, but it's really cool because when she first got started, you guys, the idea of how many friends do you have right now on Facebook? I think she had 52, 40, something like that. Not very many friends on Facebook, but that's okay. She kind of had it on lockdown. We are like lighthouses, and people can't find us unless we have our light on, unless we're living out loud, unless we're sharing our victories, our scale victories, our non-scale victories, our lives just out there for people. And so for all of you who in the chat said, you had between 400, 500, 600 friends, oh my gosh, there's so many people there that are looking for this. They're looking for better health. They're looking for all of those wins that you guys just put in the chat. How many people in your world are looking for those things, but they just don't have a community that lifts them up to reach them, or a path or a tool to get there? So Allison, I want to bring you on, my dear, to kind of walk us through a little bit about living out loud, being that lighthouse, and how, this is really where it all starts.
Yeah, what's up? Good morning, you guys. If you guys hear anything weird behind me, you see that? We got the class pet home this weekend. That's Phoebe. It smells a little in here. Anyway, good morning. Thank you. I love talking about this, about being a lighthouse, because if you can just blink, or actually, I would love to see a show of hands, or maybe let's do a 1 in the chat. If when you became a health coach, you thought you would just do this one amazing post on Facebook, and all of these people would just come knock on your door and beg you to do your program. Did you guys feel like that? I came from a place of where I was super uber private. I had 52 friends on Facebook, not 54, Dawn, 52. Dawn happened to just be one of them. Dawn and my husband are childhood friends. They were born and raised together. I watched her on Facebook and I reached out, and 6 years later, the rest is history. Here I am. But you guys, Facebook, when I first posted for the first time, Facebook didn't like me. I did this one big scary post, and I thought everyone was going to call me and want to know all the things. And so being a lighthouse is so important, to continually shine that light. The lighthouse doesn't just go around once, y'all. It keeps going and going and going, and not in an annoying, obnoxious way, but in a way where you're consciously and constantly, not constantly, but consciously, just showing your light out there in the world. So Dawn, did you want me to go into kind of the post that I shared this morning?
Yeah, guys, okay, yes, because we're going to get hands-on, guys. Remember I said last time we did this, which was about 8 weeks ago, we kind of Brad and I we're like, okay, let's do this. And we actually got hands-on and we did a post together. So again, because it went really well last time. So yes, Alice.
Yeah, it did. I loved it.
Guys, grab your phones and we're going to do something together right now. Then we're going to come back around at the very end of the training. We're going to have a little work on afterwards and help you engage with this post. So take it away, Allison.
Yeah, so Dawn and Brad did this a few months ago, just like what she was saying, and it was genius, because I feel like when I first started coaching, one of the things that really held me back was what do I post and what do I say and how do I say it? Okay, I was muted and then unmuted. And so anyway, get your phones out, you guys, and can we kind of bust through a little bit of fear here? Everyone, Brad set you guys up for this. Everyone posted in the chat something that they're celebrating or something that they're proud of. And so why not just shout that out? Oprah Winfrey, she's basically my best friend. I don't know if y'all know that, but what she says is the more you praise and celebrate your life, the more there is to celebrate. And I'm not saying that this might be comfortable for you right now, but what we do as coaches is we work towards getting more comfortable with it. Start celebrating yourself, you guys. Celebrate your clients. Celebrate the people in your world. Celebrate your coach. And the more and more you celebrate, the more people see that, and they see that lighthouse. Dawn and Brad have also brought up before that 1 in 5 people are ready right now on your friends list, but they don't even know where to start or what to do. So if you're shining that light, and if they know that they can come to you, you're going to be the person that gets to help them. How cool is that? Okay, so is everyone up for doing a post like right now? I did this one this morning. My health coach was like, hey, Al, will you do a post? Let's see what happens. And so let me pull it up. I just totally bragged on myself. I forgot to put the little horn in there. Sometimes when I brag on myself, I'll put the horn emoji in there because I'm tooting my own horn, right? So this was real for me, 30 pounds 6 years ago, and I'm always moving forward or trying to consciously move forward in my health. And Brad, did you have some ideas about what we could post or something that we could just stop right now and do?
Yeah, Brad, throw some in the chat.
Adding it right now.
All right, so
let's go be obvious, guys. Let's not leave anything to chance. How many of you guys have had someone join another program or join with a different coach or start something else and you're like, but wait, I can help you. And they're like, you can? I didn't know. Right? So go back to what you were celebrating, and then Brad's putting some stuff in the chat right now. Can everyone see that? Everyone know how to get to the chat? You guys can literally copy and paste. I personally don't. I don't know about you, but I like the big block letters. I feel like for me, I feel like I get a little more feedback on that.
I feel like people see it. I remember way back when my first post was just like, I mean, I think I did a little giddy shout out of, yay, I'm in my skinny jeans. They didn't have colored backgrounds back then, but there was, you know, that
back then
people reached out. I know, way back then.
Yeah, I like that. I like keeping it simple. I kind of like the twofer. I call it the twofer to say like, oh my gosh, like if you're newer, I lost 10 pounds this week and my energy is amazing. Bring on Mother's Day if you're a mom, or just something that's like a scale victory, but also non-scale, because we really want to separate we really want to celebrate those things too.
Yep, I love it. So, all right, guys, I know you're kind of getting there and doing your posts, copy and pasting. We'll give you a couple minutes to do that. I'm really excited because now that you're doing this, you know, Susan's going to come on in a couple minutes and she's going to really, you know, share about how to share your story and things like that. So I'm loving this. So you guys put a 1 in the chat if you're doing this or you've already done it. And then we're going to come back in about 20, 30 minutes and we're going to look and see how much engagement you've gotten, how many likes, how many comments. I mean, look, I don't know, Al, where are you at right now? Because when we took a screenshot about 20 minutes ago, you already had like 13 comments.
Yeah, and so you guys, the other thing that I do, and again, use your personality in your life and your own flair. I comment on my own stuff. This is the thing. If you're not used to posting a lot on Facebook, Facebook does not like you. It will literally hide your stuff. You've got to make Facebook be your friend. Facebook was meant for engaging. And if you post and then you like have fun with it and you're like, oh my God, Susie, what's up, girl? Haven't talked to you in forever, or whatever, your words, of course. Engage in your own post. Facebook loves it, and it thinks that more people want to see it because of how amazing and fun you are. So have fun with it. I have 25 people who've liked it and 14 comments. Some of those are mine, let's be real, but it's cool. Facebook doesn't care.
I love it. Thanks so much, Allison. So you guys, this is going to be fun. This is our hands-on piece. I'm excited because you know what we're going to do next? We're going to dive in and Brad's going to give you some of the details of like actually the steps to getting started. So I'm going to kick it over to Brad, but you guys, what you just did, and for those of you who are brave enough and you're just doing it, you're hitting post, congratulations, because you're going to have a lot of fun with that. And we're going to share a story of someone who actually did it 8 weeks ago, and his story now today is probably going to blow you guys away. So, all right, Brad, take it away with some of the steps on actually getting started for all of the, you know, analytic people who really want to know, okay, where do I go and what do I do next?
All right, Allison, thanks for doing that. That was so awesome. I'm so excited for the people that just did it and pushed send, like just do it anyway. So, all right, while we're going to come back to that later, just for all you new coaches, like sometimes like we're just like, okay, if you're like me, you're like, okay, what do I do right now? What do I get started? So we just want to do a quick review of like where you get started, like what helps create success for new coaches. So as you get started, just here's some of the quick things here. Hopefully you've done a meet and greet with your support team. We try to do that within like 48 hours. We want you to know you're surrounded with success and help get you set up on the first steps. one of the most important things for helping you hit senior coach and above, like we talked about. Probably have a support message set up. You have a welcome email and you have a kit arriving or it either arrived. Go ahead and throw it out because you don't need it because there's no clients in that box there. All right, your first goal of coaching is your first health assessment and your first friend starting your journey. And since like I'm loving all the people talking about their posts, way to go, you guys. Drop me a 1 in the chat for all you new coaches that have already started your first client that is on their health journey, their first friend or family. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I still remember my first client. So awesome. One of many. Some of you guys are like, I'm way past that. All right, great. And then your first launch post on social media. Oh, back to the health assessments. Do your first 3 to 5 with your health coach. Get that flow down. Kind of make a game plan on how you're going to connect and help your first few people so you can learn the flow of how easy it is to awaken people's health and help them find their own design. Probably the biggest gift we can give people is giving them a safe place to actually talk about what they actually want in their life, that clarity. We'll get to more of that later. There's more training for that, but your new coach will help you. And if you really want to be successful, it's a race to your first 10. You show me someone that does 10 health assessments. And again, some people get started right away. Some people you're planting that seed with. But I basically always think about it is if I'm having the conversation, they're going to get started eventually. All right, first launch post. Some of you just did it for your first time. Congratulations. And I mean post because, again, back to all the wins you guys talked about with your health. If you could share that authentically with people and live your health journey out loud, just the wins, bring the value to people. There are so many people that will want this. And again, most people don't see your posts. Only about 7% of people see any given post that you do. So this is really exciting. I'm trying to keep up with the chat, but not get distracted here. The first goal of coaching, you guys, because I'm a big person, like once you focus on goals, it's like structural tension and the habits of health that Dr. Ray talks about. It's the key to success in our health. It's the key to success in coaching. Is your first 5 clients, and ideally in your first 30 days. That gets you what we call into coach fat burning. You guys remember what fat burning was like as getting into fat burning as a client? Well, that's fat burning for a health coach. You get a client acquisition of $100 for getting started, and then you will have a party. Your support team will help you keep it really simple. You celebrate the 5 lives you're changing, and then you can kind of set the next road ahead. Fast or slow, we're glad you're here, and the fact that you're here with us changing lives is what makes the difference. But that's the way to get a really good rocket start. The next milestone over that, just so you can kind of get familiar with it, is executive director. More to come on that later. But I always like showing the income potential here. Your first 5 clients, as you move up in rank and help more people, you actually get paid more percentage on those people. So they're going to reward you for helping more people. I love how Optavia supports us. So in your first 30 days, just helping your first 5 people is just $450. And that, I don't know about for you guys, but when we got started, that saved our household. It saved our mortgage. And so I don't know what it will mean in your life, but it means the start of changing lives. And that's the first goal. So take a screenshot if you need to mentally know, okay, that's where I'm focusing. All right, we talked about the first 30 to 60 days. What does it look like to get started really well? All right, here are these things, and you might want to take a screenshot of this because this is everything you guys as new coaches need. Stay focused on your own personal health. The biggest reward you get for paying it forward, besides everything we talked about today, is the fact that you get to keep putting yourself first and the accountability. It is like insurance for your health journey. So keep focusing on your health. Your business coach is your most valuable resource. They'll do everything with you. Stay super close with them. Just like any client you help, the more that you're in contact with them, the better you will do. Plus, plug into the trainings. That is the gold. A heart to help people, that's all you need. And I know every one of you guys here, just from what you put in the chat, have that heart to help people. Follow the system. You can just be yourself. You were meant to be you. The world needs you to be you and shine that light as that lighthouse we talked about. But we've cracked the code on how to change lives. Like I always get cracked up when people get started like, oh my gosh, it's working. I had my first person reach out randomly. Oh my gosh, like I would have never thought of this person. If you just do these steps, you guys, it works. So in your first 30 days, 6 to 60 days, if you guys, and there's training for later on, like that we can help you be a little bit more efficient. And this donkey help get the new people. If you can commit to posting and sharing a little trickle of your health each day, light, big, updating people, wins, other people's wins, or just bringing value, guaranteed that's a great start. So I'm actually going to give you guys a different challenge, and you guys take a screenshot of this to get a really great start for all you new coaches. 7 to 8 clients in your first 30 days. Momentum makes all the difference in this. Your first 1 to 2 friends, you already want coaching with you. Like Lisa talked about the victory of helping other people with her journey and how big that was for her. who are the first few people that you want to coach with you. You don't get a discount for coaching. So everyone that is here, by the way, you were hand selected to be here. We don't give it to everybody. And you want to do the same with your coaching. You get the $100 cap. And I'm going to also encourage you to get certified. It's a $199. It's an additional test. It gets you 3% extra income, and it also gets you extra bonuses. But you can see the difference for getting a solid start. The difference between the two is double the income, but also momentum. And if you really want to change lives, this is how you gain momentum in this. So take a screenshot of this. If any of you are like me, where I'm like, I just need to know what to do, this is what I would say is probably the biggest thing. Dawn, anything you want to add to this as we kind of wrap up?
Yeah, no, the only thing I want to add is if you're brand new, right, you're going to do this with your support team. So like Brad said, the practice makes permanent as far as the health assessments and just hopping on a conversation with people. So like we're going to show you how to take it to the phone, take it to a conversation today. And so just checking in with your support team and checking their schedule and then hopping on and finding a time to actually have those conversations. Because like Brad said, the more you help the first 5 to 7 people, then you can help whoever's on your heart. 'Cause that's where you really learn.
Awesome. Yep. So that's the next step. So Dawn, so let's dive into today, the actual, like, let's get started. So what does everyone need here that like if you're like, okay, I'm a new coach, what do I need to do? That's the goal. What do I need to do to set myself up for success? We got some great speakers. You're going to share, Susan's going to share, we're going to share some stories here. So let's dive into that next step.
Yep. I love it. Okay. So I'm going to share with you what massive intention can create and literally having a list of people. So those of you who did the post, you're going to have people commenting and liking, and it may be a few, it may be a lot. Again, it's consistency and practice over time that makes a difference. So nothing happens by accident. And like Brad said, that kit that comes to you in the mail, I mean, just put it on their bed or whatever. No people come out of that. People rarely fall from the sky. It takes intention. It takes, like Allison was talking about, turning on your lighthouse, really sharing your story out loud. So that is the importance of a list. It doesn't really matter what you write it down on. It could be a piece of paper. It could be a whiteboard. It could be the note section of your phone. Highly suggest something better than a paper plate or a napkin, which is what I used to write it on when I was starting as a nurse. I'd have it in my scrub pocket. But the most important thing is to have a list that you're being intentional on, and that you add to it daily, and that those are the people that are on your heart, because there are so many people who want more in life. And, you know, if we kind of think outside the box, oftentimes we think about this with our own filter on, right? So I want to take you guys back to the wins. I want to take you guys back to the questions that Brad was asking you in the beginning. What did you write down in the chat? And then did you look and see what other people wrote down in the chat? People are looking for so many aspects of their health. So as long as we aren't prejudging people, right? Don't judge a book by its cover. People will come to you based on what you share. So share whole health and add value. And we're going to talk about that in a little bit, but this is really about really intentionally thinking about who in your world could want something that you have to offer. Better health, getting off medications, losing weight, more confidence, hope, bringing a spouse home, more time to be with their kids, all of those things, retirement, but really just having that list and adding to it. So will you guys please put a 2 in the chat if you have a list, if you already have a list written down and you're adding to it daily. That is so important. And that is really the place to start, because being consistent for 30 to 60 days, adding to that list. And you guys, the biggest win is a conversation. It's creating a relationship, because we don't go out to get clients. That's just not at all who we are and what we do. And honestly, like, whew, thank goodness, because I don't think I could sell an ice cube in the desert. So thank goodness that's not what we do. We provide value in the world. We shine our lights, we live our lives, and people come to us. But the thing is oftentimes they're on our list. And if I didn't remember to go back and interact and engage and be in relationship with people who maybe I don't see every day, maybe they're my Facebook friends, I am intentional about that. So that's what that means as far as having a list, but then being intentional about it and making sure that it's with you and you see it daily and you can add to it daily. So really that's about it with the list. Brad, anything you want to add before I kick it over to Susan? Because she's really going to dive in and share with you guys the power of your story and how that can help you help others.
No, I love what you said there. So I'm glad we're hitting on that because like there's just some different things that make the magic when you're starting coaching. And, you know, we are really good at helping people. And one is having a list. I don't care if it's a whiteboard or if it's in your phone or it's a piece of paper, a notepad. We even have one that's like a great example that shows you how to follow up with people. But just putting people down on paper and not prejudging what they're like. No one would have probably approached you for coaching. No one would have approached us for health. And so just putting them down, and as you do these things, like adding them to your list, because that's going to make you think of other people. If there's one thing we did well in the beginning, besides leading with our health, is we made a list and we just made it a goal. Did at the end of our first 60 days, because we went executive director right just over 60 days, all those people on that list either reached out to us from what we've shared on social media, or saw us and wanted to do it because they saw what was changing in us, or we had some kind of connection. They knew that there was something possible. The dialogue had been opened up. So today, you guys, brand new coaches, grab something today. Don't leave this call without doing that list. Because what we're going to turn you over to now is Susan LaBelle. She's the master of the power of sharing your story. She's going to show you what to do with that. And I want you to listen to her because she is amazing. And I wish I would have had Susan LaBelle when I got started. I would have made for a lot less awkward conversation. So Susan, take it away.
Hey friends. Actually, can we go off screen share just so I can see people?
Yes, absolutely.
I like people. It's really what we do, and I feel super honored to be here this morning. So first of all, you guys, welcome.
And if you're not on, real quick, if you're not on speaker view yet, make sure you go to the top right corner and click speaker view. You want to see Susan like up front and awesome. I don't know how you look so great in the morning, Susan, but you do. So like you're going to want to hear what they say. So grab your notepad. This will be the game changer for you.
Oh, well, okay, that was way too much for like the skin that I'm going on today, but good morning and welcome and congrats on making a great choice for yourself, but for so many that are going to have breakthrough on the other side of this. So sharing your story, you guys, is what we do. I too have been coaching 9 years alongside of these rock stars, and it is something we do consistently. It's something we do authentically and, just continuously. So our story is ever evolving, and it's kind of like this amazing dialogue you create on your social media. So I love how Allison was like, engage, because it's not just a monologue. It's not just me telling you my story. It's dialoguing along the way and bringing people along with us. And so we will collectively, as a group here, really inspire hope and transform the world together. So that's what's super cool. And we do that through our stories. So I want to start by asking, what is the piece of someone's story you heard that encouraged you to take action? Meaning, what made you actually do that reach out? I can share for myself. I had been watching my coach share pieces of her story. I was definitely following. I was definitely like stalking her. But then I saw her post a photo of a girl holding a baby, and then a photo. It wasn't her story. This is what's so crazy. It was just someone else she was sharing, and a side by side of the girl had radically transformed. The woman, the mom, had radically transformed, but the baby was like a month older or whatever. I mean, the baby looked the same, and I'm like, wow, that is me. That is what I need right now. That is what I am looking for. That is the season of life that I am in. And so here's what I want to encourage you is, you don't know, and I'm not gonna have time to read the chat, so I'm sure it's amazing. Like, you heard something that encouraged you to take action. And what I want to empower you with today is that there's a piece of your story, and you can't decide which one it's going to be. It's going to empower somebody else to take action. And we're going to collectively use each other's stories to do that as well. So I love the shout out Saturday. I hope you all took that challenge and sharing a piece of your story. You don't have to share it all and don't have to make it perfect, and you don't have to like nail it, because it's going to be ever evolving. What's going on this week, next week, what's going well? Like, what am I celebrating? The humble brags of like, what's the win that's happening? Share that out loud, because somebody is going to relate to that. And you don't know if it's going to be like just that your mood is better, or that your relationships are better, or your energy or your focus. Like, I was able to, clean the garage, or my confidence of putting, or the community. You really don't know what people are truly seeking out. So just share consistently, loudly, and boldly. Okay. And then I want to speak to all of you that are joining us that feel like, well, I don't have a weight loss story, right? You heard Brad's story. I was actually one that was 9 months into like figuring out my own optimizing of my health. So I was a little late to the game at coaching. And really what actually made me say yes to coaching was my coach started sharing her journey of financial freedom through coaching. And that's really what I needed to see in order for me to take that leap of faith too. And so I encourage you guys that you have a story. You have the power to empower people. Okay. Don't compare yours to other people. Own what you have. Why did you listen to those questions Brad asked you? I know we keep bringing back to that, but why did you become a coach? That's your story. Like, why do you have the heart to help people? Like, have you seen somebody else transform? You know, really be empowered with where you're at. And all I know is some of our best coaches honestly have had no weight loss story. And some of our best coaches actually started coaching the day they became a client. Like, they're on their journey and they're just like literally bringing community in and doing it together with their clients. So that is their story. So I just want to encourage you to be empowered by that. Okay. Next is leaning into sharing out and about. Okay. We're transforming. So people are going to start asking, and you should really be excited about those conversations. I remember feeling a little unprepared initially, like almost, I don't want to engage in that conversation. They may ask me how I lost this 35 pounds and then I don't know what to say. And so if that's you, I want you to practice enough that you feel like some confidence behind the question of what are you doing? Or you are looking great. What, something, because they're going to engage, that you lean into it and you feel prepared to like share authentically. But I don't want it to sound so rehearsed, because that's not who we are. And I would encourage you guys to keep your story short. Here's the thing. When someone asks you, what are you doing? What they're really asking you is, will this work for me? That's really what's going on in their head. Like, she looks great. Could I do that? Like, that is subconsciously what is being said to themselves. So when they ask you, what are you doing? You don't need to give them a 3-minute story or have this long thing. I want you to think today, what are like 2 things, 2 bullet points, like that are something that you're most passionate about, because you'll bring energy to that. So when someone was asking me like, wow, Susan, like, I've seen your post. I saw your shout out Saturday today. What exactly is it? Or, you look great. I would just say like, well, thank you. Don't be scared to say thank you. Yeah, I'm down 35 pounds. It's been so simple as a busy mom, and my energy is through the roof. And if you actually like, my coach has kind of partnered with me to help other people along the journey, because it just feels so great. So if you know anyone I can help, I would love to be in touch with them. Do you guys see how that was 10 seconds? So there's a couple things I want you guys to accomplish in that when you're thinking about what am I going to say? And then I want you to practice it. So you actually, when you see the friend at the grocery store, you go up and you say hi. You don't go to the other aisle like scared they're going to ask you about your weight loss, right? Maybe you've never done that, but I've totally done that. So bullet point, and you want to let them know that you are coaching, that make it about who they know, because if not, they won't know to reach out to you or to connect with you. So having it in such a way that it's short and succinct, but that you're going to lean into actually creating that. And then really want to leave you guys with that, that any conversation I'm having, like, and it happens to me at a birthday party, at church, my desire is if they're showing interest, they're asking, will this work for me? And I know the best way I can lead them is to have a conversation with them, to set up time to find out what their goals are, what their why is, and actually walk them through a real health assessment. That's how I'm going to best assist them. I do not compromise on what I know is best for them. So any interest, I'm always like, hey, well, let me, if you're not on social media with them, connect with them. If you are, it's like, I'll send you a message after church today. We'll set up a time, to connect. I can't wait to hear your goals and see if what I do is a match. You guys see how, like, I don't, there's no pressure to explain it all right there and corner them at this party. It's just, if they show some interest, let's just set up time to chat. And we'll set up time to chat, and I would love to hear your goals, and we'll see if it's a match. And then I send them the message, set up time. If you're new to learning health assessments, bring in your support team to do so. So that's really what I have for you guys. Share your why, share what's changing, share consistently, be bold, be confident out and about. What we have is so great, so good. We're going to transform a lot of lives together.
Oh my gosh, Susan, I love that. So, so good. You guys, can I just a couple quick things, and then we're going to move into some actual real life stories, and we're going to show you how some people, when they got started, did exactly what Susan was sharing, exactly what Allison was sharing about, like really living out loud. But you guys, Susan's first question was so key. What drew you to this community? What drew you? All the reasons people reach out. I wrote some of them down. Seeing other people's health journeys, their own real, true health journey, seeing friends literally have more energy and just change their lives, seeing the income possibilities. One person put in there, seeing that she was able to work from home or really from anywhere. So you guys, all those things are bits and pieces of your story that people are going to resonate with. And I love, Susan, that you said, own your story. Own your story. Nobody does you better than you. So you do you and just be real. No room for that comparative reality. And then 2 bullet points, so key, just 2 things that you're super passionate about. And then also remembering that people really want to know, really what they're asking is, will this work for me? And so moving it to a conversation about them. That's the biggest key. So, all right, you guys, are you ready to have some fun now? And I am really excited because there's a couple people I'm going to bring on. They're going to share, and we're going to just hear a little bit about Heather and her story. And, you know, when Brad and I, we were kind of, and Susan and Allison, we were like kind of thinking about who to bring on. So many people are doing so great at this. But, you know, I wanted to invite Heather on because she got started in September, like really got going, and now is in the Big Thinkers Club. So for those of you that are new and don't know what that means, it means she's helping a lot of people, guys, like a lot of people. And she's good at sharing. She's authentic. She's a busy mama, guys, of 5 little ones. But she just was ready to share, and she dove in. So Heather, can I bring you off mute, my dear, just to share a little bit about where you were, kind of what brought you to coaching, and then I'm going to actually take people on a little tour of your Facebook.
Yeah. So, yeah, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to share with you guys. So this summer, about a year ago, I was diagnosed hypothyroid, and I'd had 5 kids in 8 years. So my oldest was 10 at that point, and I just basically felt, you know, exhausted. And being hypothyroid, I thought, well, I'm just never going to feel better. And I had been following my own coach, Tanya, and she was just like, we were connected through friends, and I followed her on Instagram, and I just, like, I saw some of her weight loss journey, and then I saw her ability to maintain, and then I saw her share her ability to transform her financial situation. And I was basically like praying for a solution for all of those things. And so because she just really lived out loud and shared all of those things so clearly, like I really didn't understand the depth of what Optavia was, but I knew that it could help me because she was a genuine, honest person. So I began program, and just the way that she, because I have, 5 kids, I was just like, I don't have time to think. I don't have the energy to think and like meal prep and all that stuff. So the ease of program, the ease of maintenance, and like how happy coaching made her totally drew me in. My fears in the beginning, like I was just not in a good place emotionally, and I didn't really allow Tanya to connect with me. How typically, we check in with people all the time. I didn't enjoy talking to her because I was just so scared, and I would cry, but she still just kept reaching out and loving on me with intention, because her being on the other side and knowing that the program worked, she knew it would work for me. And so I just trusted her. And then about a month in, I decided to try coaching. I prayed about it, and I even I kept a journal of my my progress on Optavia, and I wrote down that that I prayed about it, and then the next day I had 2 people reach out to me about they just really needed help too. And so then I decided, well, okay, I'm just going to buy the coach kit and see what happens. And then I earned my cab before, like within 3 weeks, and it's just been kind of a crazy wild ride. All I do is what everybody tells me to do. I do the 3x3x3. I'm on all of the trainings. I'm like an obsessive note taker. I have probably like 6 of these full from all the trainings. And that's it. Like, everybody has shown us what to do, and they've done this. Like as a new coach, I think we all feel scared and we think, oh, they are, because for me, I always thought, well, they're a presidential or whatever. I don't even know what that means. And how do I even get there? That makes I can't see myself ever getting to that point, but I know that they have, paved this path for us, and they've shown us exactly what to do. And if we just follow it, it totally works. Like, I 100% believe that. And if you have like a goal, like I've been ED probably since my 3rd month, I think, coaching, and I was kind of like, I got up to close to big thinkers, and then I just kind of have stayed like this. But last month I set out an intention. I have a whiteboard like they tell you to do. I wrote down all my goals and all the people that were on my heart, all the my team, and what I could do to help them and what their goals were. And I prayed hard and I worked hard. And, it happened. So that's it. Like, I don't really know what else to tell you guys besides just do it. Just trust that it works. And I promise you it does.
I love that. Heather, thank you so much for just sharing from your heart. And you guys, I want to take you on a little tour of Heather's Facebook. Heather, what I love is that you trusted the process, and that you were even scared in the beginning. And I'm going to show people, you guys, all the way back to September 7th, 2018, guys. Here's Heather's very first post as a coach. And I want to talk just briefly about what you were feeling here, and because it can be kind of scary to make that first post.
Yeah. I was really uncomfortable. Nobody loves sharing, their gross pictures from before. But, I just trusted Tanya. She said to post, and I did it. And I was looking through here, and there were some good comments. None of those people actually started on program, but I was looking at the likes, and I think I have at least 7 people that have done program, and probably close to 20 that have reached out just from within those likes. So it was, scary and uncomfortable, but in that vulnerability, there really is actually strength, and it was fun.
I love that, Heather. And what I also love is that look at their 32 comments here. Probably half of those are yours, because look, you guys, how she commented, everyone that said, "You go, girl, so inspiring." She popped back in there and she said, "Thank you." And then she probably sent them a little private message. "Thank you so much for taking the time." Because you guys, the likes on here, and that you had 7 people who didn't actually comment, but they liked it. You guys, people notice your light when you shine it, whether they like it or take the time to comment, or they randomly private message you, or they see you at the grocery store and they're like, "I'm in." And you're like, "In for what?" So I just want to say, shine your light, live out loud, move past that fear. When someone takes the time to comment, it is like a handwritten note. So taking the time to comment back. You guys, hang on for the after party, because we're going to actually show you how to do this. But I just want to quickly kind of scroll here. So Heather, your first post, you pushed through that fear. You did it. You let people know from your heart your victories. and a little bit about you. You know, you've got 5 kids and all of this. You guys, you don't have to be masters at the hashtags or any of that. You know, there has a lot of hashtags here. I barely can do a hashtag and I run them all together and misspell them, but whatever, like get the word out. And then look, guys, she's just consistent. Look at this. She's sharing a picture of a lean and green. Can you guys see my screen? I hope you can. Sharing a picture of a lean and green and like how she's not scared to go to a family picnic or a family reunion anniversary party. Sharing some life stuff, some stuff that matters to her. She's sharing everything you want is on the other side of fear. You know why, guys? Probably because she was fearful then. She was like, oh, who am I going to help? Who's it going to be? And am I ready? Am I equipped? And all of that. But she just trusted the process and she did it. She did lots of updates on her journey. These are her kids' beautiful snacks. I mean, gosh, that makes me want to be a better mom and make better snacks. And her progress pictures, like Heather, this is just beautiful. And you guys, if I can just share anything, it's just always remember why you started, what your dreams and hopes are, and remember that it is those 30 to 60 to 90 days of consistency and living out loud that, you know, I'm going to bring Brian on next. And he had one of his first posts was literally 8 weeks ago when we did this, and he had a ton of people comment and stuff like that. So your first post might have a ton of comments. You might have a lot of clients to get started from that one post, or it might take several. It might take weeks. But again, Heather, would you say it's worth it? Would you say it's worth staying consistent and enjoying the journey and living out loud?
Yeah, 100%.
I love it. Thank you so much for sharing, Heather. That was awesome. I loved it. You guys, I'm going to go right over to Brian. So I'm going to see if I can click over to his. And this is really fun because you guys, last time, remember what Allison did at the very beginning? She had you guys do this shout out post. Brian, dude, we had so much fun 8 weeks ago because you were just 2 weeks as a coach and you dove in and it was uncomfortable. I remember you sharing because we did the after party and we helped you work through your post. You were like, yeah, that was uncomfortable. Brian, do you want to come on and just share a little bit about, you know, what's happened since then?
Yeah. So I'll just go back to that first post, you know, and I've just always been the kind of person that's afraid. I feel braggy sometimes about putting stuff out there, you know, and so that's why it always makes me nervous to post that stuff. But I realize that, you know, the heart behind it is not about me, but it's about others. And so that really helped with that, certainly with that first post. And again, I appreciate all this training and everything you guys are doing. This is amazing. And this is just great to learn. But yeah, you know, some of my fears I've had since I started coaching in that was, you know, not being qualified to coach, you know, just, you know, feeling I need to know everything there is to know about coaching. I'm super analytical. And if I didn't know everything, then I wasn't going to be able to serve my clients well. And I learned that that's just absolutely not the case. You know, I've Tim and Kelly Giardino are my mentors, as well as Brad. And I've just really tried leaning into them and letting them fill in the gaps of things that I don't know to help my clients a little bit better. So that's been really, really helpful and really great. And then again, you know, just kind of back to the post. Last night I had dinner with somebody and I don't even know if she follows me or didn't know she followed me. And she was just saying how inspiring she felt all my messages were and different things that I was doing. So it's just really nice to know that there's that positive effect you can have on people through social media when you don't even know that they're looking. So that's been really, really interesting for me and helps keep me encouraging to keep sprinkling that positivity and what we do out there a little bit more.
I love that, Brian. So good. And I'm just going to go back here, share this post really quick. And guys, then we're going to wrap up and go to the after party. So hang with us for like 2 more minutes. But Brian, you had like 16 comments on this. And I remember last time you had a blast because I think you had like 4 within the first hour. So you guys, right now, as we're getting ready to head into the after party, I'd really love for you guys to go back to that post you did about 30, 40 minutes ago. And I want you to take a comment, or I want you to put in the comments how many likes and how many comments are on your post right now. So everybody grab your phones, go back. Brian, when we did this, I know you had Marv, Brian, and his wife, JJ, Tracy. They were some of the first comments on your Shout Saturday post. From this post, I'm curious, how many conversations came from that? How many people actually did anyone get started? Is anyone, on the verge of getting started? And like, how many conversations?
Yeah.
Remember, guys, the conversations are the wins.
I had so many conversations that came out of that, just from seeing these people that commented socially. They brought it up to me. At family functions, some of the people were family members, and yeah, out of that, I probably started 3 to 4 people down the road, and there's still conversations with some of these people that I'm having right now that they're not ready yet, but I know they will be one day. And again, it's just great to just connect and have those deeper conversations about health and life and goals and dreams, and not necessarily just talking about surface level stuff. So it's really just a great way to really build connection as opposed to hopefully helping them on their healthy journey as well.
I love that. Brian, boom. So awesome. So as I'm wrapping up, Brian, thank you so much for being brave, 8 weeks ago. And then congratulations, because now you're helping a lot of people. No doubt you're probably going to, be helping 15 to 20 in the next little bit. So like, congrats on that. It's all about the conversation. So guys, be bold, live out loud, and you never just being consistent can make all the difference. And so, Brian kicked it off, and off he goes, and he starts being consistent, and he starts sharing stuff, and he starts living his life out loud. And look at that, cooking lean and greens. And I've seen Instapot things. And you guys, can I ask you one question? And then I'm going to kick it back over to Brad. One thing right now, put it in the chat. Everybody ready? Please put a 1 in the chat if you will make a commitment to, over the next 30 to 60 days, post something every day that has to do with your health. Drip out loud, drip a little bit, share something that will help people see what's possible and awaken some of those conversations. All right, I love it. The chat is blowing up. Brad, I'm going to kick it to you, and then we're going to wrap up.
All right, guys, welcome to coaching. For all you that are new, I'm loving the post here. Everything is amazing, and my son's about to walk in. What's up, buddy? Guys, congratulations for being here. Susan, Allison, Dawn, Brian, and Heather, thank you for everything you shared today. My biggest encouragement to you guys is you guys can do it. And what's cool about this is not only will lives change in the process. What's up, buddy? Come here. Both my boys are here. I think you guys probably heard today is there's more wins than just what we create, health, what we grow in our, like everything along the way, the journey just keeps growing. So commit to those next 30 to 60 days. You will see success, and you guys don't even know what the greatest victories are. So my biggest encouragement is to dream big, do the steps. And so that takes care of today. Connect with your support team. And basically right now, I'm going to turn it back over to Doc. So like that concludes the day. If you guys want to stay on for the after party, we can break down. There's so many people getting comments and encouragements and so many great things along the way. So Dawn and Allison are going to be here to answer some questions or even break down a couple people's posts that want to do that. So guys, congratulations for being here. We're so glad you're part of this community. Have a great Saturday. And with that being said, guys, Dawn, I'm going to turn it over to you for the after party.